Good morning. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Mayokun. Glad to have you here.
Same here. I'm glad to have you, Mr. Sam Semako. Thank you very much for agreeing to be with us on this webinar today. I can see people coming in. We're having a number of attendees who are joining us. So we wouldn't be wasting time because we have just 1 hour to hold this event. So welcome everyone. I believe you can all hear me. Today being the 19th day of May 2020, we'll be having the 18th edition of Startup Grind Fireside Chat. And our special guest, who is going to be training us on the topic, how to host successful virtual events, is no other person than one of our mentors at Startup Grind Jobs, Mr. Sam Semako Jinadu, whom you'll be hearing from very, very soon. He has been with us right from the very first edition, and this is the 3rd time he's appearing on Startup Grind Jobs, which is more or less like a record. He has been invited for a fireside chat. He has been invited for a panel session, and today is coming to handle the 1-hour workshop. So everybody, you are highly welcome. Mr. Sam, welcome once again. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Mayokun, I'm glad to be here. Thank you so much. Well, we're moving from physical to virtual, and I'm glad to be here with you and on Startup Grind, a global Startup Grind, Startup Grind Bauchi, and Startup Grind Lafia. And I believe we're going to have awesome time today. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir. Yes, so today's event is actually a collaborative one. It's a joint effort between Startup Grind Jos, Startup Grind Bauchi, and Startup Grind Lafia, which means members from those chapters and their friends have also joined this event to learn from our master coach today. So without taking much of our time, I'll be handing over to Mr. Sam Semako Jinadu to facilitate the session, which we hope will be done within an hour. For those who are joining us for the very first time, Startup Grind is a global community for entrepreneurs, which was started 10 years ago in Silicon Valley, California, USA, by an amazing entrepreneur by the name of Derek Anderson. What we do is to organize monthly meetups where we gather entrepreneurs in about 600 cities of the world and inspire them. We get them educated about how the global startup ecosystem works. And of course, we encourage making friends and networking. In the city of Jos, we have been holding our events for the past 2 years now. And then also Bauchi and Lafia, they also come on board. We have chapters across Nigeria, Lagos, Abuja, Benin, Enugu, Kano, Kaduna, you just can name it. So wherever you are joining us from today, any city of the world where you are, we hope that when this pandemic is over, you can begin to join the Startup Grind chapter in your city. But for now, our events have gone virtual, and that's why we're having this webinar today. So having said that, Mr. Sam Semako Jinadu, I'll be handing over to you so that you can take us in today's workshop. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Maiwa. I'm glad you invited me to be part of this, and we're going to have, like I said earlier on, we're going to have a wonderful learning experience. And I want everybody to just have an open mind, get ready, and let's also interact. Let's engage. That's why the chat room is there. Someone said that successful events are not just presentations. Successful events are conversations, you know. So we need to get ready to converse also, to engage, to interact, because successful events are conversations, not just presentation. I'm not just going to talk over your head or talk at you. We've got to interact also. So, Mayoko, if you are set, let's get rolling.
Okay, let's do this.
And those of you that desire to see me, or you see me at the end or in the middle of the presentation. So can you help me? Yeah. Slideshow. Yeah, cool. Let's go to the, now this is not the first slide, please. Yeah, okay. And let me quickly say this: if you are using your mobile, just like I am doing, you can turn your mobile phone into landscape mode. It will help you to see the slide very well. But if you're on your laptop, of course, you don't have problem with viewing the slide accurately. So let's go. The topic today is how to host a successful virtual event. How to host a successful virtual event. And this is done by, just like Mayoko introduced me, Sam Semako. I'm the founder of CareerWise Consult and the principal partner. I'm also the community manager for the Clay Academy. Yeah, so we go. So introduction, yes, there's a term most of us use now. We say the new normal, the new normal. Right now, because of COVID-19, most people were not prepared for this. They weren't actually prepared for this, and it looks as if it caught them unawares, and they were surprised. Those who were not using technology tools before now were caught unawares, but those who were using technology tools were actually ready for this moment. And that's why a wise man would say, live ready every day. Anything can happen in life. So we are living in a new normal. So have you adjusted? Have you adjusted, or you are still struggling to? Right now, you can actually meet. We are practicing what is called social distancing. In some countries, they will tell you, like Nigeria, they will tell you, you can, once you are more than 50 people, you can actually meet in a physical environment. So what then can you do? Of course, you are left with the option of virtual meetup. And there are tools to actually execute this. There are tools to successfully host event online. So basically, we'll be looking at, okay, before we go on, if you have comments, questions, let me quickly ask you. We said we need to make it interactive. What do you want to learn? Before coming for this meeting, you had certain thing in mind. Can you drop it in the chat room? Can you drop your expectation, what you really want to learn from this session? I want to see it in the chat room. I'm in the chat room now looking at, I want to get your comments, your views, what you really, really want to learn from this session. So, okay, Elton Kwa said, how to reduce Zoom fatigue. Okay. Elton, you said you want to learn how to reduce Zoom fatigue. I quite agree with you with the situation of, with everybody going virtual, everybody saying, come attend my virtual meeting, my virtual conference. You know, it looks as if, I would call it overwhelm, Zoom overwhelm, or virtual meeting overwhelm. So, of course, we'll get to, maybe we'll touch on that as we talk, we'll go on. But basically, let me just quickly say this. One of the things you need to do, you need to select the events that are meant for you. That's, of course, you see so many events online. Just pick the one that you really, really love to attend, that meets your professional needs, that meets your career needs, that meets whatsoever needs you have per time. So you don't have to attend every Zoom or every virtual event or conferences. I hope that is okay, Elfin. So Human Liu is saying how to engage participants in open discussion but prevent talking over each other and keep them stay focused. Small group meeting, thanks. How to engage. Like what I'm doing right now, I said you should put your charts, what you want to learn, what you're thinking about into the chat room. I'm also engaging you this way. There's pre-event engagement, there is during event engagement, and there is post-event engagement. Post-event engagement, you do that with emails, email marketing, phone calls if you need to call, Facebook group if you need to put them in a Facebook group. You do all that. That's post. Pre, you also send mails to them, you interact with them, you ask them questions. What do you want to learn? What are your needs? You know, that's also part of engagement. And while the session is going on, just like we're doing in the chat room now, or bringing them on the screen, or muting their mic to talk, and also unmuting their videos so that everyone can see everyone, it's also part of the engagement. Liu, I hope I've been able to answer you. So those are some of the engagements, pre, during, and post engagement, via email, via phone call, via social media platforms. Judith is saying, how do I merge videos and PowerPoint during presentation? It's just like what we're doing now. We have video and we have PowerPoint presentation. There are settings for that. There is what's called share screen. For you to share your PowerPoint, you need to share screen. You know, there is a tool on Zoom, especially if you are using Zoom. There are also other streaming apps or platforms that we'll still talk about in this session. So those are the ways through which you can merge your video and Zoom. There are also tools you can use while you are projecting your PowerPoint, your picture or your image or your video. It's small but below the presentation slide. Is that okay, Henry? Yeah. Tochukwu share screen available both mobile and laptop. Okay, Tochukwu is helping us to do that. So let's go on. Let me get back to the slide, but I still need you to keep putting your comments and whatsoever you need me to know in the chat room. That's part of the engagement. Is that okay? So we are back to our slides. Yeah, 4 things we are going to look at today. We are going to look at, number 1, the mindset. Number 2, the tools. Number 2, the process. Number 3, the tools. And number 4, the strategies. So those are the 4 things we're going to look at today. So just get ready as we run, and we're going to be very fast on this so that then we're also going to look at the practical as time provides, as we have the time to do that. Quickly, I'll just show you some things online, and you can also go and do your research and go on. Okay, we move on. So who am I? Who is this guy talking to you? Sam Semako. This is actually Sam Semako Jinadu. I'm a career coach. I help people live their dreams. I help people chart a career path and live their dreams. I'm a trainer. I train on perception management. I train on career strategy. I train on workplace issues. I train anything that relates to career perception management and mentoring. I'm also an author. I have a book on Amazon called Get It Right, How to Find the Work You Love. I also have a book called Perception Management, How to, sorry, I'm running, Perception Management. I also have another ebook too. I'm a mentor. I have so many people I'm mentoring. Mayokun, the Startup Grind Director for JAWS, is also one of my mentees. I also have mentees all around the world. I'm community manager for the Clay Academy. So this is Sam Semako. Yeah, you can get to meet me on this. If you're fortunate enough to have the slides, you can have my details, my phone number, my email, and so on and so forth. Thank you. Yeah, you need to know these 5 things. People generally, we are talking about moving from physical to virtual now, but being virtual does not mean we can just do it anyhow. And we need to know that even because we are virtual now, people generally want to, one, learn. That's why we're doing what we're doing right now. People generally want to learn, whether it's online or offline, whether it's virtual or physical, people want to learn. Two, people want to associate. Okay, we're on virtual now. The truth is that people can actually connect together. I was in a conference not too last month, and one of the things they did is a networking session. I'll get to talk about that when we get to that part. Is a networking session, 3 minutes, was it 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute quick networking session with people. I networked with over 4 or 5 people in the conference, and you can actually see each other, and you can also chat, you can exchange information with each other, so people want to associate, people want to network. And 3, people want to buy and sell. Of course, on virtual conferences, summits too, you can actually sell, you can also buy. Then 4, people want to communicate. People want to exchange ideas. People want to talk to each other. So whether it's virtual or physical, all these things, they come into play. Then 5, people want to have fun. Of course, I know you want to have fun. I also want to have fun. Then you also need to know, yeah, we can move on. You also need to know that whether it's virtual or physical, you are dealing with audience. You are dealing with audience, and you need to take note of these 4 things. One, this is what I call the 4 R's of audience. One is recognition. Your audience wants to be recognized. While I was in the chat room, I was able to call out some names, and that's one way of recognizing them. I mentioned some names when they responded, and I mentioned, okay, somebody just said, oh, my name is Walter Iwobi, thank you. So for calling out those names, I'm recognizing the participant, I'm recognizing my audience. We all love to be mentioned, we all love to be recognized. Whether it's virtual or physical, please take note of this, recognize your audience. And 2, respect them. You can't just talk to your audience anyhow, respect them. And number 3, response. Your audience wants response from you, maybe before the event or during the event or after the event. They will relate with you, so you need to respond to them. During the event, they will put up their questions, their comments. They also want you to respond to them. You need to observe all this. And the last point here, audience want results. Why are we on this meetup now? Why are we on this meeting? Why are we doing what we're doing now? Because they want results. They want to know how to host a virtual event, so they want to get results, and you need to help your audience get results. This is the 4 R. That's my own personal 4 R of audience management, So we go to the process now. You want to host a virtual summit, you want to host an event, there's a process to it. The number 1 thing you need to take notes, you need to prepare. There's nothing you want to do that you won't prepare. You need to take logistics into consideration. You need to take the content into consideration. You need to take the speakers into, maybe you're going to have 3, 4, 5 speakers. Like right now, I'm just the only speaker. Before he came up, you must have considered who can actually do this and deliver. Okay, let's call Sam Semako. You need to look into all this and consider your audience. Logistics is very important. You need to lay it out. You need to create a checklist for all that you need to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are the things. And as you do them, you check them out. As you execute, you check, so that you don't miss out on anything. 3, you need to consider event management. For instance, now you might need to go to event management a web platform to register. Take, for instance, Eventbrite. You might need to register the event on Eventbrite so that people can register. you need to take event management into consideration. Then 4, you need to take note of event promotion and marketing. Of course, you need to market the event, you need to promote it. I remember Mayokun sharing it from Startup Grind website to Facebook, to other platforms, to Twitter. It's part of promotion. Of course, you have an event, but the people must get to know that there is an event. You need to promote it, you need to market it. Then 5, event branding. Let me say this because some people will be thinking because it's virtual, we don't need to brand our event. You can actually brand your logo. Take, for instance, we are starting this event and Startup Grind logo comes up first. That's part of branding. You are getting into people's consciousness. You are getting your brand into people's consciousness. Along the line, let's assume, yes, we didn't plan, we didn't do this. As I'm presenting these slides, in between, we come again and put in Startup logo. Startup Grind logo. It's also, that's part of the branding process. You need to consider brand, your color, your logo, everything needs to come into your virtual event. You can do this. You need a good graphic designer to help you do all this. If you have such a person in your team, fine. You know, then you need to also consider event hosting and production. Just like we are right on production now, we are doing this right now. So we are producing, we are hosting it right now. What are the things that we need to put into consideration? It's very important that you put that into consideration. And also, while you are thinking of production and hosting, think of what can go wrong. Go wrong in the middle of the hosting and production. What can go wrong? Think of that and also offer solution ahead of time. Then 7, there is follow-up and feedback. After you've done the event, there ought to be follow-up on the people who actually attended the event. Yemi Turaki, I can see you. That's my friend. You know, she's also a career coach. So what can go wrong while you, okay, I moved up to follow-up and feedback. Yeah, you need to follow up on people who attended your event, get feedbacks from them. How can you do better and things like that? And finally, rinse and repeat. If you've gone through this process for your event, your virtual event, and you see what works and what doesn't work, take away what doesn't work. All things that work, rinse it and repeat, rinse and repeat, do it over and over again. And that's how to have a successful virtual event. Can we move on? Mayokun, are you there? Can I have the next slide? Yeah, the tools. We've just talked about the process. There's also tools for executing whatever you want to do. Generally, up here, we're going to see another slide that talks about tools, but I just mentioned some specific things that you need to take note here. Number 1, I said Zoom. Zoom is the most popular conferencing solution or platform that we have right now. They, of course, let me just leave them out. Let me not talk about while they were on before, but Zoom is the most popular right now. We also have other platforms. When we get to that slide, you get to see them. But Zoom is the most popular. Right now, we are using Zoom. Zoom has certain advantages like chat room, which is engagement. It also has breakout session if you are doing seminar. I mean, a conference, it has breakout session. It has features that are very good. And right now, they've also included security. You can actually, if anybody is messing up your meetup, can actually throw the person out of the meeting and also report the person. So the next thing is MailChimp. We talked about your meeting promotion. MailChimp is email marketing tool. Of course, there is MailLite. There are other email marketing tools you can actually use, but MailChimp is also one popular. I just pick up the simple tools and highlighted them here. MailChimp is a email marketing tool you can use to send out invitations to participants. Then 3, Eventbrite. I just pick Eventbrite. There are other event management software and platforms. Eventbrite, one of the things I discovered about Eventbrite is that when people register on your event, register for your event on Eventbrite, you can actually send scheduled mails to them from, maybe they register today and the event is in 2-3 weeks time. You can actually send mails to them before that time. You can send 3, 4, 5 mails to participants, register participants before that time. That's one plus that Eventbrite has. You can actually use that. If you use ConvertIt or MailLite, there are different solutions for sending emails. YouTube is a tool that you can actually use because it has YouTube Live. We'll also get there. You can stream on YouTube and you can also upload your video on YouTube after you are done with the event or the conference or the meeting, whatsoever it's a webinar, you can actually upload. Then laptop, tab, mobile phones, you can use. I'm actually on my mobile now. I'm not using my laptop. My laptop is beside me, but I'm not using it. You can use your mobile phone to conduct a webinar. Yes, it has limitations. It has limitations. There are some things you can't do on your mobile, but if you're on your laptop, there is a lot you can do. Then Vimeo is a video hosting site. You can put up your video there and people can access it after the event. Then I put up a stack here for Nigerian audience or African audience. You know, of course, those in developed countries can use Stripe. They can also use PayPal. Or their Paystack is a payment platform or payment gateway. So, of course, when I was having discussion with Mayokun before this event, he asked me, how do we monetize virtual events? And Paystack or Stripe or PayPal are payment gateways you can actually use to monetize your events. You can put up a paid virtual event and you can use all these payment platforms to get them to pay before they attend the event. There's something called Webinar Jam. It's also a hosting, a streaming site where you can, it's web-based, where you can go and register and stream your event. There's so many people, experts who use Webinar Jam to do this. Then there's what is called Hopin. There's no G there, it's HOPIN, no G.PO. Hopin, it's a event hosting site app. You can register with them and register with them. You can, the last event I attended, I told you I attended, that was last month, this month. They use Hopin to host their event. It provides the opportunity of interacting, networking, breakout session. You know, you can have the main stage, you can have other sessions where speakers or event sessions are going on. So it provides all that for you. Then, of course, social media platforms are used to broadcast your event to people, to prospective attendees or participants. So social media platforms, very important. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, name it, you know. So those are some of the tools you can commonly use tools for event management or for broadcasting or hosting your event online. What I advise you is to also research all this as you are. Okay, yeah, we are on the second tools. Okay, I actually created another slides for these types of streaming platforms. My responsibility here is to bring this to you so that you can actually research. Of course, if you want me to coach you or work with you on that, that's on a private level. Of course, I do coaching, I can guide you through, you know, all that. So I put up Zoom, there is Facebook Live. For hosting virtual events, really, you don't need too much. Facebook has provided a platform for you. Instagram has provided a platform for you. YouTube has provided a platform for you. Twitter, LinkedIn has provided a platform for you. All this, as I'm talking right now, I can actually go live on Facebook. I can go live on Instagram. I can go live on YouTube. I can go live on Twitter or LinkedIn. You know, these are platforms. They are cheap platform on which you can stream your event. Then Periscope, also owned by Twitter, it's where you can go live. Then there's what is called Restream. Then there is a StreamYard.com. There is Darkcast. There is Hopping. Why am I making mistake with the G? Hopping. There is B.live. There is OBS Studio. Then 14, there is vMix. 15, there is Wirecast. 16, there is Livestream. 17, there is GetSocial.event. There are so many. Your responsibility is to do your research. I've given you enough information to do research to help you prepare your virtual event. These are streaming platforms you can go on and host your event and make your event successful. So we move on. Advice on event apps and software. Please take note of this. This is very, very important. For you to use any event app or software, number one, check out their knowledge base. So many people don't know that when they go to a website, when they go to the bottom, there's what is called knowledge base. Just tap on it or click on it, and it will take you to a whole world of what to do if you are having any deficiency or lack of knowledge on any particular area. Knowledge base is there to help you. Any website, when you go to, take for instance, you go to hopping.co or you go to stream.io or you go to streamyard.com, go to the bottom, or you go to Eventbrite, go to the bottom and look for knowledge base. It's a how-to knowledge, what you need to know about everything that concerns event hosting. Go there, you'll be able to learn enough. Two, check out reviews. Don't just sign up for any event apps or software without checking out review. What are other people saying about them? Do they have 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, 1-star, or no star review? That gives you an insight into the app or software, whether it's good or not. Check out reviews. 3, check out their features. Do they have the features that you really need? It's just like taking Zoom. You know, of course, now, Google also has rolled out Google Meet. Facebook has rolled out a messenger room, but I've used Google Meet, I've used Facebook room, messenger room, and I realized that there are still deficiencies compared to Zoom. No marketing for Zoom, but I need to say this because you need to know there are limitations when it comes to Google Meet. There are limitations when it comes to Google Hangouts. There are limitations to all that. So you need to check out the features you want. What exactly do you want to do online? You need to check out that their features. Then 4, get a demo. Get most of these websites, when you check them out, they'll say, get a demo. Click on get a demo. It will demonstrate to you what they have to offer. Then as you check, as you watch the demonstration and you are okay with it, fine, sign up for them. But if you're not okay, get out. Then 5, ask around if any of your friends or experts, your friends or experts in your field or niche has used any of that before. And finally, get a trial. You can do a trial version. Some of these softwares and apps, they have trial versions. You can try them out. If they are not okay with you, fine, you move on. Mayokun, can we move on? So we're on event formats. Okay, Mayokun, can you go back a bit? Let me see. Are we through with that? Yeah, okay, event formats. When we are talking about hosting virtual events, there actually, you can do it in any format. It can either be question and answer. Of course, like what we're doing now, we can say, okay, it's a Q&A. Put up your questions in the chat, or we open the microphone of everyone. Then you ask question, I answer. You ask question and answer. You can decide to make your event a Q&A. You can also decide to make your event a one-person presenter. You come up on video, or you come up on Zoom, or whatever streaming app or software you're using, and you start talking to your audience. You can make it 2-person event or 2-person presenter. You invite another person, somebody is, I'm talking from here, Mayokun is talking from Abuja, you know, it can be 2-person event. And 4, it can be a panel. You can bring in 4, 5 people as a panel. They are talking from wherever they are, whether they are home, you know, UK, Australia, Nigeria, Ghana, and they are on a panel and they are on your event, even virtual, you know. So the next thing is that you can conduct an interview. You can do an interview format. Then 6, you can have AMA, ask me anything. Just like what we're doing now, I can say, ask me anything. I open the microphone, you ask, I answer. Then workshop, you can do a practical workshop. Of course, because of the limit of time, we also call this workshop. I'm supposed to show you. We go online, you put up a phone, I'm seeing what you're doing, I'm showing you something, and you're also doing it. I'm putting up tasks to be done. You do the tasks, then I correct you. I said, this is how to do it. You're not getting it right, you know. Sorry, of course, you might be hearing background sound. I'm in the home environment and we're on lockdown, you know, so the children are all around, you know. So as we're saying, you can do a workshop, and 8, you can have a training virtually, and 9, you can have a master class. 10, you can have a conference, but if you are doing a conference, you might need to, it's much more than just getting on your phone. You need to register with event hosting platform online, just like hosting, hostin.co that I talked about, hopin.co, StreamYard. You might need to get registered with such, because there are things involved in conferences, not just seminars. Yeah, the strategies. Yeah, let's go on. Strategies. 1, brand your events. Brand it. Design your flyer. Use get a good graphic designer and brand it. 2, educate the people. Of course, you are coming to, I told you, people love to learn. What you need to state out your objective, really, before you start. State out your objective. What do you want to achieve with this? Do you want to educate the people? Of course, if that's what you want to do, fine. The 3, monetize. There is a part we'll talk about that. You can monetize your virtual event. Then you can also use your event to differentiate yourself from, if you're a company and you're in the career field and you want to differentiate yourself from other competitors or competition, you can actually use that. Then use virtual event as leverage. Then 6, you can also entertain people. You can stream music, you can stream video, you can stream so many things online. You can entertain. Then use your events to connect people with people. Use your events to connect with other people. Then you can also use that to inform. Then 9, you can launch new product via your event. You can also sell via your event. Then you can also convert. In all this, you just have to decide, what exactly do I want to achieve? Yeah, profit points. Yeah, Mayokun, I know we are running. Yes, profit points. One of the things you do to make, to generate profit or revenue from your virtual event is, 1, you can create all access pass. What do I mean? You create the video, you can, after doing your event, you can host it on whether Vimeo or YouTube, or create a group on Facebook and put it there and say, well, you can have a little of this video, but if you need to have access to all the content, you need all access pass, and the all access pass is $10, is $15, and people who are tasted of the little might want to have access to the whole. So you can create all access pass. 2, you can create a bundle order alongside with the event. So if you registered for this event, you also get this alongside. Then you can upsell when they come to your event and say, okay, just like I'm doing now, I'm doing how to host successful event. If you need to learn more, you can sign up for my course, or you can sign up for me to train you, to coach you. I'm upselling and it's so dollar, it's so dollar, you upsell. 4, you can actually get an affiliate link from, if you have speakers, you can get affiliate links from them and you get commission for that. Or you have affiliate products, you can post it, put it up in your event. Then 5, existing course material. If you have existing course material after the event, you can, or during the event, you can market it to the participant. Then 6, coaching and other services. You can introduce your coaching. Then gated access. If you heard about Patreon, if you can actually register there and put up content there for them to access. They pay to access. Just like a Facebook group I talked about, you can put up your videos after your event in a group. Create a group, you put the video there, and for everyone to have access, they have to pay. You put a gate at the in front before they can access it. Then 9, sponsorship. We can actually have sponsors for this event, just like we have physically. Get sponsors and they sponsor your event. Then you also advertise them because it's win-win. You once they are supporting you or sponsoring you, you put up their logo, you put up their banner. You can even invite the CEO of the company to speak for 3 minutes on your event. That's one of the ways to actually generate income. And 10, physical products. You can also have physical products that you can sell during the event. Is that okay? So we move on. Quickly, I'll run through this. This is the mindset. Start with your why. Before you host any virtual event, why do you want to do it? Just like physical event, there is a why. I want to inform the people. I want to train them. I want them to earn 50,000 every week. There must be a why you are holding a virtual event. 2, consider your audience. Before you do any event, if majorly your audience is mostly on WhatsApp, why do you want to take them on Zoom? Why do you want to, if your audience are mostly on Instagram, why do you want to say come to Zoom? Why don't you do Instagram Live? Consider where your audience gather. Don't just, or congregate. Don't just take them anywhere they are not used to. What are the platforms, that event hosting platform they are used to? Their level of education awareness, you need to consider all that. Then 3, state your objectives. What do you want to achieve with this event? 4, get the necessary tools. We have hardware, we have software, we have apps. You need to get all the necessary tools before you move on. Get a team together. For event, just like for physical event and virtual event, you can get a team together to do this. Then don't neglect. Okay, let me talk about that team. For now, I'm assuming I'm the one hosting this event and I need to change my slides. I can have someone who is doing that for me, just like Mayokun is doing. I'm not turning the slides. Mayokun is doing that for me. So it doesn't distract me from doing other things. For the chat room, you can assign someone to handle the chat room that brings up the questions that a participant puts there. It saves the speakers from doing so many things at a time and modeling up everything. So you need a team. 6, don't neglect follow-up after the event. 7, document your process. It's good to document your process so that when you are not there, your team members can actually effect event hosting without your presence. It's good to document your process. Then we'll move on. 8. Mayokun, are you there? Prepare. We can't overstate that. You have to prepare. Then 9, publicize your event. If you put up an event and nobody attends, of course, it's no success. You need to publicize, heavily publicize your events. Monetize if you have to monetize your event. Then 11, consider the best format. What's the best format for your event? Is it interview? Is it a 2-person presenter or 1-person presenter? Is it a workshop? Is it a training? Consider the best format for you. Then storify it before and after. What do I mean by this? I mean, talk about your event. Put it in a story format on Facebook, on your website. Talk about it. Make it relatable. And after the event, talk about the event. We did this and these are the lessons we learned from this event. Storify it. Then 13, productize it. You can turn your virtual event into a product. You can transcribe it and turn it into an ebook. You can put the video in a Facebook group for people to access. They have to pay to access it. You can put it on YouTube. So you can productize your event. Then try your tools out. We talked about tools before we start this event. I had to connect with a startup grind headquarters in US to check out. The Maya Okuntu was there. We need to set up before we start the event. So you need to try out all your tools, your laptop, your mobile phone, your microphone, your stream deck. What you need to try. Then 15, learn from others. It's not enough to host a virtual event. What are other people doing differently? Go and learn from them. Then highlight the benefit of the event when we are promoting and marketing it. Let people know what they can benefit from the event. Then 17, electrify your audience. Electrify your audience. When they come, electrify them. Let them get enough content, enough substance. Let them be moved to take action. Electrify them. Then 18, let them talk back to you. Engagement. This is engagement. Let them talk back to you. Let them drop comments in the chat. 19, be social. Of course, use social media platform. 20, generate leads from your event. There are new people I've met on this platform now that I've never met, like Liu, like Henry, like Elton. I've never met them before. They are new people, and they can become my leads. They can become my prospective clients. You can generate leads. And 21, be in control. Make sure, of course, we've had virtual events whereby it goes any haywire. People are just talking, microphones are making noise. Make sure you are in control. If you need to mute all the mics, mute all the mics. If they need to mute all the video, they need to mute all the video. Be in control, So these are some of the things you need to take note of. Mayokun, are we still there? Hello, can I get into the chat room and drop your comments and what you are learning? Let me get to see what you are learning and also drop your questions. I'm also checking out the chat room. No, Mayokun, I think we skipped some slides. Is that not? Let's go back a bit. Okay, let's go back a bit. I thought we skipped some slides. Okay, let me have your questions and answer, then I'll touch on some things. Okay, run back all the slides. Let me see. Let's go back to, just go gradually. Yes. Yeah, okay. Okay, fine. We've been able to cover so much ground. Okay, thank you, Mayokun. Yeah, like I was saying, let me get your comments and go to the chat room now and drop your chats so that I can address your needs. My name is Walter Owobi. Thank you for this timely meeting. Well, I'm new to the virtual environment, but recently I started training some people on mental health on WhatsApp. But I want it to be better. I want to learn how to carry out virtual meeting with class. I hope you've been able to see some of these things. I believe you've been able to pick some things from what I've said. Awesome content and very relevant. Well done, Mr. Sam. This is from Yumi Turaki. Please drop your comments and questions right now. We have about 10 minutes to go. Let me take them. Hello, Mayokun.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, your questions and comments. Let me get them.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, we have just short 1 hour to do all this. So let me get questions and comments.
It's been a awesome session. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you so very much for this wonderful training. I believe that the audience have learned so much from what you have shared. And just like you rightly said, we have just about 10 minutes to the end of this event. So please, for our participants, if you have any questions, you can drop them in the Q&A section or in the chat room. And if you would like to say something, I could unmute you so that you could just say a word in between 30 seconds and 1 minute. Anyone who has anything to say, maybe you want to ask your question, via audio, you can just raise up your hand for that. So I want to recognize
Vincent, yeah. Okay, go ahead, Mayokun,
so
go ahead.
I want to recognize the presence of the director of Startup Grind in Bauchi, Mr. Ayatuddin Mustafa is right here with us. And so maybe he has something to say. Ayatuddin, I will appreciate if you can say one or two things today, please. Ayatuddin, you can unmute yourself and address the participants.
Okay. Hello, can you hear Mayokun?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Okay. We are waiting for Hayatuddin. While we are waiting for Hayatuddin, we'll just quickly acknowledge Hayatuddin Mustafa, Daniel Wauma, Ape Omede, Kwa, Eric Nanley, Goodness Olatunji, okay, Vincent Boti, Min Liu, Judith Henry. We have somebody Infinite Hot 5. You need to change your name. Kola Titilope Joel, Tochuku Joseph, Walter Iwobi, Yali Southwest, Yimi Turaki. Those are some of the participants. We are just acknowledging you. We are obeying the 4 rules of audience. That recognition. Make sure you recognize your audience.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that, for helping us to recognize the audience. Once again, thank you all, everybody, for joining us. Our time is fast spent, and we want to ensure that we do not go beyond the 1 hour mark we have set, so that everybody can go on with their daily work for today. So,
okay, Mayokun, can you unmute? Sorry, can you unmute Mustafa? I said he can't seem to find the unmute button.
Okay.
Let me check from your end.
I am trying to, okay. I'm actually trying to do that, but it's not being activated.
Okay.
So,
okay, fine.
Okay, so maybe we'll just skip that. But thank you so much for making this possible. This is the first collaborative event between chapters, Jos, Bauchi, and Lafia, and we hope to do more in the days to come. So, Mr. Sam Semako Jinadu, do we have questions you would like? Do we have questions you would like to quickly attend to?
So yeah, I can see Elton posted how to link, say, Eventbrite and schedule mails to incentivize their friends and time duration between like long before a startup grind date. Okay, you can actually integrate Eventbrite and other platforms. You can integrate Eventbrite with MailChimp. You can integrate Eventbrite with some hosting platform. Really, you just check that out when you are doing your research. Then you determine the duration. If your event is, let's say next week Tuesday, you can decide to send 2 mails before that time, or 3. Of course, before I came on this meeting, had several mails that was sent to me as a reminder. The mails will go out as a reminder, or if you need to pass any information. Then Hope is saying, thank you so much for the class. I have learned that orderliness and change is important in this new season. Yeah, that's like a comment from Hope. What Wi-Fi is best optimum performance? It depends on your area. If you're in US now, you have to check out and you need to ask around, ask people who are actually doing virtual meetup or meeting or conferences, and ask them which Wi-Fi or internet provider can I use that will not break my sessions in between. Yemi Turaki asked that. You just need to ask around because it depends location. It's location dependent, really. you know, so what is available in your area, you just can use that. I think those are the questions I can get in the Q&A, question and answer session. Let me look at the comment section quickly, Mayokun.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Semako, for sharing value with us. Anyways, can't seem, okay, that's, then Daniel Wauma, I hope we can do this again. I hope so too, if they bring me on. Tochuku said it was a great session, sir. Thank you so much. Elsin said, thanks, Semako, for the info. Okay, these are the comments so far. I think I'm done, except, Daniel, you are raising up your hand. Do you want to ask a question or you want to make a comment? Mayokun can allow you that. Mayokun, over to you.
I'm trying to unmute Daniel, but it's not being activated. So maybe he can drop his
comment.
Okay, it has been activated now. Daniel, you can say something now. Daniel Uwalma.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, you're audible.
Oh, great. So I want to thank Semako. I actually got to come on because I saw his site. I am trying to understand the difference between these online tools. Basically, I want to know if Zoom, for instance, is a kind of what they call the learning management system for e-learning. Like, can we do a presentation where we can share videos on Zoom like this, maybe a class of practical demonstrations? Is it possible we could have that on Zoom?
Okay, let me quickly take that. Learning management system is different. That's LMS, is different from video conferencing system. You can put it that way. But you can actually use video conferencing system to teach. You can do a practical demonstration. Schools are using that now. So many schools are using that to teach their pupils or students right now. So you decide how you want to use it. If to show things, of course, the video allows you to do that, but it's actually different from a learning management system. Learning management system is used for course creation. Of course, in the course creation, you also have your videos, but students don't, there's an interaction place for the student also on learning management system in course creation. So they're two different things, really, but they can actually work together. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much. So Ayatudin, Director, Startup Guide Bauchi, you can speak now. You have been unmuted. You can quickly address the participants. Ayatudin.
Ayatudin, you're unmuted. Are you close to your mic? You're unmuted. You can talk to us now.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Hayatuddin. We can hear you, Hayatuddin.
Okay, I think he has, maybe due to network issue. Okay, Hayatuddin.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you, Mr. Semako. Thank you for your time. You shared so much value with us today. It's really, really interesting. So, and to our participants out there, thank you for attending some of the time. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Ayatudin, for that. So, Mr. Semako Jinadu, any final words?
Okay, physical events, whether physical event or virtual event, whether physical or virtual event, you're still dealing with people. So you need to treat people right, respect people, recognize them, give value, because they need result for that's why you're in your event. So whether virtual or physical, you are still dealing with people, respect emotions, respect people generally. Thanks so much for this opportunity. I don't take it for granted, and I think we can do this another time again. And thanks to Startup Grind HQ. Jess, I had a conversation with you before we started this. Thank you so much. It's nice relating with a Startup Grind HQ. Thank you, Mayo. Thank you, Hayatuddin Mustafa, Startup Grind Director for Bauchi. And thank you, Startup Grind Director for Latvia, for deeming me right to come on and teach. What's his name?
Jubril Agabi. Austin Jubril.
Jubril Agabi, thank you so much. Okay, thank you, Mayokun. I'm so grateful for doing this.
All right, thank you very much once again, sir. On behalf of Startup Grind Jos, Startup Grind Latvia, Startup Grind Bauchi, Startup Grind Nigeria, Startup Grind Global, we say thank you for your time, for coming to educate and inspire us. And to all our audience who made it over today, we say thank you for being a part of this. We strongly hope that you have learned a thing or two and that you are going to be using this knowledge to better your life, your business, and your career. This Saturday, we'll be having another webinar. Startup Grind Jos is hosting our first international speaker all the way from New York City, the United States of America. We will be having Errol Alton. Errol Alton, who is a career strategist, and is going to be talking to us on rebranding your career with confidence. So we want to invite you to join us on Saturday, 23rd of May by 5 p.m. It's also going to be a 1-hour session. Errol Alton is going to be talking about how to rebrand your career with confidence, especially during this COVID-19 and post-COVID-19. We hope you can join us. Visit our website, startupgrind.com/Jos to book your space. Also follow us on social media so that you can get regular updates about what we do. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Our handle is at startupgrindjos. So just search for us and follow us. Once again, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Sam. Thank you, participants. I look forward to seeing you again on Saturday. Do have a blessed day. Cheers. Bye-bye.